Hi guys, I'm Mo. Welcome to my allotment. I'm gonna today talk to you about the blight and a lot of tips to avoid the tomato blight, which is everybody's nightmare. Tips number one, you take all the bottom leaves off from here so the leaves they don't touch the ground. At least 1 foot off the ground. So to have the tomatoes, they need a lot of fresh air. Tip number two, do not ever water the tomato plants, their leaves. Leave the leaves nice and dry and lots of fresh air circulating. That's number two. Never ever water it on the leaves. Always on the bottom, always on the roots. Tips number three is at least 50 centimeter in between any other plants, any other tomato plants. They need a lot of circulation. And make sure they're on the sunny side, planted on the sunny side. They need lots of sun. The more sun the tomato has, the more happy it is. Tips number four, it'll be a good idea to spray them with spray. Long time ago, they used to be called Bordeaux mix, but they don't manufacture this anymore because it killed the bees. And you spray this in mid of July or beginning of July. You need to at least spray it twice or 3 times during the season. You can always use Mo's mixture with 2 liters of water, 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate soda and 1 teaspoon of vegetable oil. Shake it well, mix it well, spray your tomatoes. Hopefully that will avoid your tomato blight. Try to spray them at least 3 times in the season. If it rains very, very heavily, you must spray it again to protect the plant. These are vine tomatoes, and they grow up to 8 foot, the plants, as you can see. It's extremely large plant, and it's blight free. Also, to avoid the blight, take any dead branches or yellow looking branches, which something like that, anything like that, anything, just take them off, because that will make it worse. If it catches the blight, at least it slows it down. This is tomato blight, you see? It wasn't sprayed properly and you got tomato blight. You do not put this in a compost bin. You have to throw them away from the allotment, otherwise the disease will follow you up next year. It will destroy your crop again. So this is extremely contagious. It's as bad as the COVID. It be thrown in this rubbish bin where you have to burn it, and even the ash you not put on the ground. This ash has to be thrown away from the allotment. After touching a plant, a tomato plant with blight, please, whatever you do, do not touch any other tomato plant, a healthy one especially. Do not touch it, you'll pass on the disease. Yeah. Hey guys, look, you can see the blight is here, and the blight is airborne, is as bad as COVID, as I said before. If somebody around you got blight, that's what happens to your plants. That's the symptoms, and that's the disease. Now what I want to do, you see these tomatoes? I have to take them off. I take 50-50 chance now of this developing without blight, but it's not guaranteed, it's just 50-50 chance. Now I won't throw this. What I'll do, I'll hang them somewhere far away, and if they're okay, they're okay. If they're not, they go in the blight bin. Right, this plant is being cut off from the bottom, as you can see, because I was worried about the blight, so I cut it from underneath to slow down the blight. But I need to take this off, obviously, this lot off. Yeah, and these tomatoes, they got 50-50 chance blight free because the plant is dead, but I leave it like that. Hopefully they'll develop without a problem. The last tip I need to give you is this: do not use the same canes onto the same. If there's a blight around it, you can't use the same canes. You have to use something new, because this will pass on the disease to the new plant. And try not to plant the tomatoes in the same place every year to avoid the disease, just in case there's a little bit of blight left here and there. As I said before, it's airborne and it stays in the ground till a year after that. So you have to be very, very careful with the tomatoes. They're very, very sensitive. These tomatoes are in the greenhouse, and this is the safest place to plant tomatoes.